Hello, and welcome to Yoga Now Pompano Beach On Demand. I'm your teacher, Julia, and I'm here to guide you through a gentle yin yoga sequence where we end with a sound bath healing shavasana. So yin yoga is a gentle style of yoga where we're holding the poses for several minutes at a time in order to gently target the connective tissues in the body, the fascia, and the joints and the ligaments. And so this practice today is going to be a gentle and restorative sequence. It's going to invite in patience into the body and mindfulness and just overall stillness and calming the mind, quieting the mind. So I invite you to join me today, grabbing a yoga mat, grab a bolster, grab a blanket and 2 yoga blocks, and we're going to get started right now. So yoga right now, we're going to sit ourselves into a Supta Baddha Konasana. So first and foremost, we'll take our bolster behind us. And then we're going to grab our blocks. The soles of the feet come together to touch, and we support the knees with the blocks. And so we're setting up in a Baddha Konasana, and then when we lie back, it's going to be Supta Baddha Konasana. So we just get kind of comfy here where we are, and then arrive. While you hold that bolster onto your low back, we're going to lower onto the bolster really nice and slow. And allow yourself to get comfy here as you arrive. Make little adjustments if needed. You can kind of use your hands to adjust the blocks to a comfy space. And as you arrive here in this Supta Baddha Konasana, you want to make sure your arms feel comfortable, palms face the sky. And this is a beautiful pose to arrive in your yoga practice. Notice how the body feels. Notice the energy in the body. And just starting with the physical body, feel the way that we're resting on the earth, supported by the earth, supported by the bolster. And so all the big heavy muscles of the back can melt into this moment. And a big part of the yin yoga practice is that there's no muscle effort, especially in this pose, Supta Baddha Konasana, but the work is in the letting go of muscle, letting go of thought, and just being. So as you rest in your Supta Baddha Konasana, I invite you to close the eyes and to notice the subtle energy that is your breath. And watch the breath come in the nose. Notice the cool, dry air that you inhale. And as you exhale through the nose, notice the warmer, moistened breath that you exhale. Inhaling cool breath and exhaling warm breath. Notice the rising in the belly and then emptying with each exhale. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest expand. And exhaling in the reverse order, they soften chest, ribs, belly. And so as we rest in this pose, we're also connecting with our pranayama practice. So this pranayama is called Dirga Pranayama, and it's a 3-part breath. Inhale through the nose, fill the belly, ribs, chest. And exhale through the nose, chest, ribs, belly. Connect with Durga Pranayama for about 3 more nice yogic, relaxing breaths. With the next couple of breaths, still relaxing in this space. Inhale through the nose and exhale, fog up a mirror. And 2 more if that felt good. And inhale through the nose. And a little audible exhale, fogging up the mirror like a nice sigh. And 1 more. And I invite you to bat the eyelashes open if the eyes were closed. Start to send little wiggles to the fingers and the toes. Keep relaxing. And then just start to roll the wrists and extend the legs. As you extend the legs, start to get the feet involved. Roll the ankles. And we're rolling the wrists. Inviting in some just nice mobilization in the hands and in the feet. Begin to flex your feet and reach your arms up above, stretching like you woke up from a big nap. And then really gently to exit the pose, we want to reach the arms up to the sky, bend the knees, plant the feet flat on the earth, and slowly begin to curl the chin to the chest, fire up the core to rise with control. And slowly we'll find a comfy sitting pose. I invite you to slide your bolster out of the way and grab your block. Slide a block underneath you to give yourself a little lift. So by sitting on a block or a bolster even, or anything, a book, to lift your hips a little higher than your knees will create a comfy Sukhasana. So here we arrive in easy pose, Sukhasana, sitting up nice and tall. Giving the body some time to relax. Some nice cleansing breaths, maybe a little shoulder shrug, and we just arrive in the present moment, in the beauty of this now moment. Close the eyes, bring the hands to heart. Let's set an intention for our practice. So say your intention clearly and boldly, and believe that it's already begun, that it's already coming to fruition, because it is. And from my heart to yours, may your practice, may your life bring you health and wisdom and inner peace. Namaste. So we seal that intention and we trust it's already begun. Relax your hands on your knees. Invite in gentle little movements, just some gentle side to side, shifting the weight from sit bone to sit bone. And this is just going to mobilize the spine a little bit as we slowly rise up. We're going to meet in a tabletop position. So I invite you to arrive here, and this is where we're going to bring in this blanket. So slide any and all props away from you for now. Just bring in this blanket in the middle of your mat so we can get the knees onto something a little softer, give the knees a little bit more freedom. Arrive, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Notice how you feel. Come back to the rhythm of your breath. And take an inhale into a cow. Drop the belly, roll the shoulders down the back. Tuck the toes. cow pose. And exhale into cat. Round and curl, chin to chest, navel to spine. We puff up the upper back like a scaredy cat. And even flatten out the feet. Press the earth away from the tops of the feet. Take it into cow on the inhale. In through the nose. Belly to earth, shoulder blades kiss. Out through the nose, round and curl, chin to chest. Mobilizing the spine. And back to center, nice and slow. And so from here, I want to invite that we remove the blanket. It was there just for our cow-cat for now. We're going to actually lower all the way down to the earth. So come on down to the earth. Take up space. We want the arms out in a nice big letter T. Relax in this space. And notice how you feel. Just breathing belly to earth. There is so much therapeutic value in resting on the earth, where we can really feel the diaphragmatic breath. And notice that movement as you breathe, the rising inhales and emptying out on the exhales. Nice and relaxed. And from here, from this relaxed, centered state of being, we're going to take a gentle shoulder stretch. So I invite you to plant the right hand on the earth. Be sure that your left ear is on your mat. And then we're going to slowly roll onto the left side body, shifting onto the left hip and the left ribs and the left shoulder. Make sure you feel comfortable in this space. Make any gentle adjustments that you need, softening your head and your neck. And then notice if the body's craving a little bit more sensation. You can bend the top knee. Right foot can plant behind the body, knee bent, foot flat. You can also take the right arm behind the body. And we're opening up through the side body. And opening up through that left shoulder. Soften and surrender to this space. Invite in about 2 more nice, relaxing breaths. Notice and listen to your body if you ever feel any numbness, any tingling sensations, that you reduce the twist or you just back off of the pose a little bit. When you're ready, we'll release that right arm back to the earth and release the right leg stacked on top of the left. Return to the belly, arms out wide. Right ear comes to the mat, so we take the other side, left hand to the earth, gently roll onto the right side body, shifting gently onto the right hip, the right rib, and opening up the right shoulder. You can take those variations, nice and slow. Left knee can bend, left foot can plant flat behind the body, and the left arm can bind behind the back. Allow yourself to soften and surrender. Soften the head and the neck. Soften the jaw and the cheeks and the eyelids and the temples soften. Invite in about 2 more nice relaxing yogic breaths in this space. And when you're ready, begin the journey back to the earth. Left hand to the earth near the face. We stack the legs and roll back to the belly. Forehead to the mat, palms frame the mid-ribs. Let's gently press the earth away. Come back through a tabletop and into a wide knees child's pose. So we're going to bring that blanket back in, right into the middle of the mat. Knees are on the blanket, towards the top of the blanket, so the shins get to relax on the blanket as well. We'll relax the hips on the heels and bring that bolster back into play. It's going to tuck in a couple inches into the thighs so that you can walk the hands over it and melt your heart into the bolster, softening and surrendering into a child's pose. So take up space, walk the arms up as much as they want to go, lengthening through the arms, lengthening through the spine, and then settling in to the pose and finding softness, finding stillness. As you relax in this space, can you notice the expansion in the belly and the ribs and the chest and the shoulders even, and the head and the neck? And then each exhale is an opportunity to relax and soften a little more. Yeah, I invite you here to, if you have one ear on your bolster, to switch to the other ear. That way, both sides of the neck receive some benefits. As you relax in your child's pose for the next couple of minutes, I invite in an Ujjayi pranayama. So this pranayama practice is very similar to Durga in that it is a diaphragmatic breath. So we're really filling up in the belly, sending the breath down to expand the belly, ribs, chest, and shoulders. And exhaling through the nose. Again, it's an inhale and exhale through the nose. But Ujjayi pranayama, the emphasis is on this little constriction in the back of the throat. Almost kind of sounding like the waves of the ocean. Ujjayi breath is also known as ocean breath. So tune in to how it would feel to practice Ujjayi. Inhale through your nose, and as you exhale out your nose, notice how it would feel as if you are fogging up a mirror, that there's this tiny little constriction that lengthens out your exhale. Invite in about 3 to 5 more Ujjayi breaths. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose, ocean breath. One more nice relaxing breath here. We're going to slowly begin the journey to rise up. You are allowed to hang out in any pose that feels good for as long as you like, because this is your yoga. So trust yourself. We're going to slowly walk the hands under the shoulders, kind of lean into the arm bones on the way through, and then rise up all the way, tabletop. So this time with table, let's take this blanket out of the way. We don't need it for now, but that bolster is going to come into play right where that blanket was, so right in the middle of the mat. And then from table, we're going to lower the hips down onto the bolster, get nice and comfy with it. The forearms are going to come down wide, your palms stack so that your forehead has a resting space. And this is where we're going to be in this surrender pose. Get comfy. You might need to make little adjustments so that you feel good where you are. A nice compression and massaging on the digestive organs in this space. And as you breathe here, notice how you feel. Notice the physical body resting and supported by the earth. Notice the energy body, light and at ease. And any thoughts that come across the mind, they pass by like a cloud in the sky. We can watch them. We can observe them and not feel called to hold on or anything, really. We have the power to change always. I invite you to rest in this space, letting go of thought, letting go of doing, and just being, really embracing this state of divine being. Notice how with each exhale you might find more relaxation. Notice if there's any spaces in the body that can soften a little more. Soften your shoulders, soften the throat, soften all the facial muscles. Invite in one more nice relaxing yogic breath here. And the next pose that we're going to move into is super gentle and a very easy transition. It's going to feel a little funky because we're really just going to roll onto the right side body. Really gentle. Shift onto the right side with the bolster still under you. So what we do is we kind of shift the hips down. This bolster is now on the belly space. The bicep, the right bicep comes under the ear. Top arm can either stack and we make these prayer hands up above, or the left arm just stays resting on that left side body. Make sure you feel comfortable. The hips are off of the bolster all the way. Sometimes you need to make multiple adjustments and find that space that feels good. Also, the legs can extend or they can stay bent. Just in a space that feels good to you. This is your yoga. So trust yourself to go there. And any variation you choose, you receive all the benefits. benefiting the digestive system, promoting flow and promoting the release of digestive enzymes. We're calming the nervous system as we notice the breath and we stay present in the moment. We venture into the parasympathetic nervous system, we rest and we digest. And it's all connected, calming the body, calming the mind. There's so much value, and it's such an impactful practice. And just softening more and more with each exhale, relaxing in the moment. I invite you to take a couple more relaxing breaths here. And especially with this gentle sequence of poses on the bolster, move very, very slowly. There's no rush. When you are ready, I invite you to slowly shift onto the back. So we're going to roll on the bolster. Again, you might need to make little adjustments here, especially because we're going to bring our hips on the bolster. So back to the hips being on the bolster when we're on the side body in this pose or in this sequence of poses, it's the belly. So here we're back to the hips. You might even need to adjust that bolster a little bit. Feel comfy where it is. And then arrive in the supported bridge. Invite in about 3 more breaths here. And then the next pose that we move into is going to be just a gentle legs up the wall. We reach one leg up at a time. Really slowly. We arrive in a seagrass pose where really we're getting all the same benefits of a shoulder stand. It's the slightest inversion, the head below the heart, tiniest bit, and it's this energy of calm, of peace, stillness. Invite in 3 to 5 more nice relaxing breaths here. And really tune in to that expansive yogic breath with these last couple of breath cycles in seagrass. Notice the expansion on the inhales and the relaxation on the exhales. When you're ready, we're going to lower one foot down at a time, coming back to a supported bridge. From supported bridge, I invite you to shift onto the left side body. So really gentle. Again, it's going to be on the belly this time. So you kind of scoot down. And it's just this practice of kind of rolling around on the bolster, letting it massage all the internal organs in all these spaces. So when we come to the left side, you make sure that it's on the belly space. Make those little adjustments. Left bicep under left ear. Right bicep can stack on top so the palms touch. We have this nice stack. Legs can stay a little more bent or they can be a little more extended. You get to choose. That's the beauty of yoga, right? It's so adaptable to whatever you need in any given moment. And drop into this pose. Take a journey within. Invite in a couple more nice breaths here, just enjoying the space. When you are ready to exit this pose, our next pose is going to be just the one that we began the sequences. So just rolling back onto the belly when you're ready. We'll come back to hips on the bolster. You might need to make that little pull to bring the hips back onto the bolster. Find that nice stack and then relax once again. And we'll take a couple more breaths reconnecting with this pose. And when you're ready to exit this one, we're going to slowly bring the palms to frame the midribs, press the earth away, and come up into a tabletop nice and slow. So as you come into table, slide that bolster out of the way. Bring back in that blanket, if you like it, for some extra comfort. Liberate the knees. We're going to take a couple more cow-cat just to reconnect, just to revisit it. See how it feels now. Inhaling cow, toes tuck. Exhaling cat, feet flatten out. Maybe connecting this cow-cat with the ujjayi. In through the nose, little constriction in the back of the throat. Exhale through the nose, nice constriction in the back of the throat, lengthening it out. And then nice and slowly, when you're ready to exit this cow-cat, we're going to slowly sit the hips off to the side. And we're going to come into a supported fish pose. So I invite you to bring that bolster onto your mat long ways. And we're going to bring the low back onto it, just like we did for Supta Baddha Konasana. This time our legs are extended. So it's going to be a supported fish pose. And fish pose is known as the destroyer of all diseases. So good that we practice it. Lower down into your fish, nice and gentle. Maybe holding onto that bolster as you lower down. Get comfortable. Arms wide, palms face the sky. Nice moment to relax. Release those audible exhales whenever you need to. A nice audible exhale, sigh it out. It releases heat. It releases stagnant energy. It's powerful that we do. Take some good sighs every now and again. A good release. To arrive in your fish pose, this nice heart opener, throat opener, checking in with the energy body and how we're feeling in this world within us. And then just settling into the moment. Receive the benefits of just breathing and being. There's so much value in just simple awareness of the present moment and breathing and being. Invite in a couple more nice, relaxing yogic breaths in this space. And just enjoy where you are. There's no rush to move on. And that goes for any pose that we practice in this hour of yoga, any yoga that you practice ever. There's no rush. Slow things down. So the way that we're going to exit this pose is another really slow, simple transition. Let's roll off to the left side body, so just gently shifting off the bolster to a fetal position on the left. And then we'll reach behind us and slide that bolster a little farther to the right of us so we can come on down to the belly. Come on down to the back. So we're rolling onto the back. Little mini Shavasana, right? We're just going to hang out here for a breath. This bolster is right here to the right of us so that it's ready for us when we're ready to take a supine twist. So just for a moment, mini Shavasana. Hang out here in a flat back. Get comfy. Make those little adjustments you need to find a flat back and find comfort. There's no right or wrong in yoga. Of course, there's going to be things that we do to keep ourselves safe. But other than that, there's so much room for exploration. So explore. Connect with the breath in the present moment. The way the back feels resting completely flat on the earth. Notice how you're feeling. And then when you're ready, let's wiggle the toes and wiggle the fingers and roll the wrists and roll the ankles. Take a big long stretch. Stretch your body, fingers to toes like you just woke up from a big nap. Hug your knees to your chest. Give your body a big warm hug. Interlace your fingers and invite in tiny little movements, little side to side. And then little circles with the knees, like the knees are a ladle. You're stirring a nice pot of soup. Reverse. Notice how we're massaging the low back. And then when we take one hand on each knee and draw some bigger circles with the knees, we're taking some nice hip joint massages. Just sending some good energy to these beautiful parts of the body. And the hips are really the biggest joints in the whole body, so good that we send them some love. When you're ready to, of course, you can invite in any combination of mindful movement. If you want to take it further, rock side to side and take the knees wide, that's there for you as well. And then we're just going to plant the feet on the earth, knees bent, feet flat. Reach the arms out wide, your palms face the sky. Notice how you feel here. Let's just press the earth away from the soles of the feet and keep the low back nice and grounded. Notice how you feel here. Let's extend the right leg and bring this left knee to chest. Right hand to the left knee. We're going to take this left knee over to the right. And that bolster should be there for you, supporting you. And if the knee doesn't want to go all the way to the bolster, that's okay. We're just using it like a little bookmark. No rush to deepen the pose. It can be really gentle because the smallest movement is a big movement on a cellular level. We're doing a lot on a cellular level. So the gaze is to the left, the knees to the right, and we're wringing out the internal organs. Soften and surrender. Add in a couple more nice relaxing breaths here. Really slow. When you're ready, we're going to shift back. Left knee to chest. Hug right knee to chest. Give your body a big warm hug and some time to reset. Little rocking. Love your body. Give the body a nice hug. Beautiful. And then we'll reset. Knees bent, feet flat. Arms are wide. Palms face the sky. Connect with the body. Low back nice and grounded. And then real quick, grab that bolster that's on the right of you and bring it over to the left of you. So it's set up right there, ready for us when we take our supine twist. And so when you're ready, extend the left leg, hug right knee to chest. So the left hand is on the right knee, right arm is open. We look at the right hand and then draw that right knee over to the left. And that bolster might just be a little kickstand. We don't have to go far. In fact, resist the urge to push too far. It's not about the poses. It's about meeting yourself within the pose. That's how we truly master the pose. It's not about how it looks. It's about how you feel in it. Can you still breathe those expansive breaths? Is your mind still quiet? Just notice. No judgment on what you find, right? Just noticing. Just observing. The gaze is to the right for that deeper twist. Because when we get the neck involved, we're twisting the whole spine from the cervical all the way down to the lumbar. Just enjoy couple more nice breaths in this space. Breathing into that beautiful spinal twist. And really slowly, when you're ready, begin the shift back to center. Right knee to chest and left knee to chest. Give the body a nice big hug and some sweet mindful movement. Anything else that your body might be asking for in this practice? Just to name a couple of poses that you might want to conclude your practice with. You can take a happy baby. Your knees are wide. You grab your ankles or the outside of your feet or your peace fingers bind around your big toes. You can stay here in happy baby, or you can rock side to side, rock your baby. You can also keep it simple and just plant the knees on the earth and windshield wiper the knees side to side. Or if your body's craving anything else that I might have not suggested, I encourage you to enjoy that pose or that pranayama practice, whatever it is that's going to serve you before you arrive in a shavasana. So as you do, you want to take that bolster to the left of you and bring it underneath your calves or just your thigh and knee area. And that's a great little variation of shavasana. If you prefer to not use the bolster, you don't have to. You can rest flat on your back. Make those little adjustments to get comfortable as you find shavasana. And this is your comfortable resting pose. So it doesn't have to look any certain way. If you prefer to make your shavasana look different than how I look right now, please feel free to enjoy your version of shavasana. And so stillness of body will encourage the stillness of the mind. But that's not to say that you can't give your nose a little scratch if it has an itch. Listen to your body. Give yourself some grace and just some space to just be. And so I invite you to rest here in your shavasana that you created, this beautiful sacred space that you've cultivated. Only reason I'm rising up in this moment is to give you a sound bath. So we end with a healing sound bath shavasana. And so remember that the body is 70% water. So it's amazing what sound does to the body from within on a cellular level. So allow yourself to absorb these vibrations. Let it bring you to another level of peace, of healing, of just gratitude for being and having this beautiful body, mind, and soul, because there's so much beauty and power in just acknowledging that we are sacred beings, we are vibrational beings in a vibrational universe. I invite you to rest in your Shavasana for a few more minutes as you integrate. Allow yourself to rest in your most meditative state of being in this moment, with the remembering that you are this meditative state of being, that it is truly your natural state of being. That we can peel away from the distractions, the illusions of separateness, illusions that we're not worthy, because we are divine beings, vibrational beings in a vibrational universe. So allow yourself to just tune that frequency and you will get the music. As you deepen the flow of your breath in your Shavasana, start to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers and begin to roll your wrists and roll your ankles and stretch your body from your fingers to your toes. And as you lengthen, feel the light come out of your heart, feel the light come out of your eyes, and fill up the room you're in. And one more time, give your body a hug, knees to chest. Give this body a big warm hug. Gratitude for this body, mind, and soul for being so strong and so beautiful and absolutely amazing. Rock off to the right side body, fetal position. Allow yourself to rest on the right side body in fetal position for as long as you like. Really soak up the benefits of the moment. Bat your eyelashes open. See the way the light hits the floor, just the little details. The little things. There's so much joy in the little things. And then with the hand on the earth, rise up off the earth nice and slow, and we will arise and shine together as one, which is what we truly are. Sit up nice and tall in a comfy sitting pose. A couple more nice breaths here together as one, sitting up nice and tall. Reawakening, absolutely present in this moment, and just grateful for yourself, for this body, mind, and soul. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Say that in your mind's eye. Thank you, body. Thank you, mind. Thank you, soul. And I thank you for joining me at Yoga Now Pompano Beach on demand for this yin and sound healing class. I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful day and all the lovely things come to you. And I thank you. Namaste. The light in me honors, cherishes, reflects the divine light in you. Namaste.